All right, to discuss this further, we're being joined by Anne-Elizabeth Mutet, who's a columnist and for the London Telegraph and specializes in international affairs. Pleasure having you here on WION, ma'am. And of course, lots to discuss. I wanted to start off by asking you, how do you see the snap elections affecting the scenario in France for Macron and for the country on the whole?
I think President Macron has decided to what is in effect the nuclear option. He has not only dissolved Parliament, which was not expected because the European vote was non-vital to his government. It is a pan-European vote. It was unrelated. It didn't force him to hire different ministers or anything. But having done that, having decided that he wanted to blow everything up, believing probably that he can get a better outcome at the end of it, he then decided that he would wrong foot both the left and the right by calling the shortest possible constitutional time for the election to be held. The election will be held in 2 weeks' time, the first round, and 1 week later, the second round. And the parties, we are now Sunday. This is the last day in which candidates can be fielded, which is why former President Hollande declared himself yesterday. And those parties had to find alliances and groupings in order to present candidates in all 577 constituencies of the country. So we've got something which is almost like speed dating. I mean, it's much faster, and in this increased speed, you've got people left and right who make mistakes. The National Rally may have made mistakes, but certainly the Républicain Party decided that, or half of it decided that they would ally themselves with the National Rally, for instance. This is not something that might have happened at all in a normal political time when you have time to think. And on the left, the François Hollande hard left party, which is the main body of the left-wing alliance by virtue of having more MPs, more incumbents, is now taking positions which are far to the left of what the other leaders of the left, and notably the Socialist Party, have taken. The Socialist Party polled twice as many votes as them, but the agenda is being set by the hard left.
And I just want to take it further from there. As you mentioned, the hard left. Do you feel the left-wing parties can function together to defeat the far right, set aside all their differences? With France, a former President Hollande announcing his candidacy in the country's upcoming polls, how do you see this one coming about?
Well, there are two different things. Can they win an election? It is not impossible. They are not the favorites, but it is not impossible. Can they win an election together? Probably, because there's this sort of state of complete sideration. People are flabbergasted. They don't know how to react to the current situation, and they're told the fascists are at your door. You've got to vote left. Can they rule together? I don't think they can. There have already been massive complaints. The leader of François Hollande, the main party, the very hard left one, has already started purging 5 MPs, former MPs of his party, who he has deselected to present more more revolutionary ones, because they dared to disagree with him. So if they get into power, the possibilities for chaos will be interesting. I'm not saying that the others wouldn't have them. I'm just saying that I can't see them ruling together, but they will try, and they will make a hash of it to begin with.
So it's not totally impossible, but of course it is going to be a difficult situation for them coming together. But again, as you said, not impossible. Of course, it's going to be very interesting what happens 2 weeks from now and then in the first week of July. Thank you so much for sharing all your insights. That was Anne-Elizabeth Mutet joining us from Paris, who's a columnist for the London Telegraph. Happy to have you here on WION, ma'am.
Thank you.